My best wishes and my prayers are with you for this new year. We'll go through what we can expect, what are the potentials. So from energetic point of view, so I'm not an astrologer, I don't predict, but the thing is that we can give that kind of energy, what we can expect, and what are the things we can do, what will be the strategy for us in this year, so that we can use the maximum benefit of it. So that is the idea. Energy-wise, it will keep changing. It's a natural law. So it is nothing. It doesn't suddenly change in the new calendar year. Calendars are man-made, but energies are not. So, but at the same time, this is a good time as a humanity. We review ourselves, where we are going, what we have done, and understandably, a lot of people are giving a relief that 2020 has now gone past. So that aspect is always there. So we will now, the transition energy going from this year to next year, currently what are the energies coming because of planetary positions. It is not because of calendar, but it was because of the certain calendar positions it is coming. Before I go into that, let me little bit of review what we discussed last year. In the 1st January 2020, I give a message. It is already in the there is a YouTube video on that one, so you might have gone through. Otherwise, we'll post the link. So of last year, why it is important to go through to check that what energetic impressions we got that time and how we felt during the year. Obviously COVID-19 is not mentioned there. Obviously pandemic is not mentioned there, and all this, but those are specific things. But energetically we have been given a hint that I'm just now giving little bit of message I'm quoting here. The message what we received that time, that in this year means in 2020, all aspects of our life will be challenged. Okay, and we need to reinvent ourselves. That was the message. You can go through and you can you can listen to that again. And more specifically, it was mentioned that particularly the aspects of fear will be challenged. Different type of fear will come out, and it will be, the situation will be created, will be extremely fearful. Fear of, our monetary issues, fear of our health issues, fear of our relationship issues. If somebody relationship is when we may lost some near and dear one in this year, like that, So those things have been, all different kinds of fear has been given, and the advice was given in that to center yourself, don't expose yourself too much on the outer side, because again, that the analogy was given that some disc is rotating, like it is a children merry-go-round sort of thing. If more you go towards the edge, you will feel too much of centrifugal force. You may be feeling like thrown out of the system. So advice was given, try to come to the center with the help of spirituality, what you already know. And over the year, I'm grateful to the Babaji, Mataji, and all the masters of Guru Mandala guided, almost daily level. So that we have been taken care of, filling of connections, and it is not easy. And earlier I asked Babaji that why it is going through this kind of thing. It is in the Facebook post earlier. You can go through the old few messages, the 10 or 15 maximum, I think 2016 or sometime, that Babaji mentioned that humanity is undergoing humanity is undergoing so-called labor pain to deliver the new era. So that was exactly the way Babaji has mentioned and explained. So it is not a disease, it is a process to deliver the new era, and we should be taking in that way. We should not be too much, blaming why it is happening and that is happening. Not only that, in that message, Babaji mentioned that when that baby is delivered, the smile of the baby can, wipe off all the pains the mother has suffered or undergone in last few months in just, one moment. And that is the kind of thing is coming. Okay, so, but at the same time, I repeat this, whenever I go into this kind of prediction type style thing, with any messages, I also mention that, which is the truth. In that higher dimension, there is no time and space. Time can be, if we predict a particular year, that is our personal assessment. We can see this coming, but the year doesn't come up as a level there. Okay, so whenever if I mention some year or time frame, that means it is my personal assessment based on the feeling. It is not given by the divine. In other words, we can miss the time, or it will happen for sure, but exact when it is, we cannot, that prediction is, you can say, the mental level prediction. It's not the spiritual level prediction. So, but what is coming, that can be predicted. But when, because we humanity in three-dimensional reality, time plays a major role. Everything we judge by the time. So that's why time makes us success or failure in life, in so-called. So that is why we need to understand it, that it is not about the time. If it doesn't happen within 2 months, means it is failure. It is not, it is coming. But only thing, you have to be prepared for that and just lead your life accordingly. All right. So this is about whatever I just so far explained about whatever already given last year in the tool. Also, Babaji has given the fear annihilation techniques and how to let go the old thing. Those techniques are given there. In between, in the middle of the year also, we have done the, marigold flower, that process, things like that. Or Babaji's advice that we should, expose ourselves to sunlight in the beginning of the pandemic. So those things, those tools have been given as and when necessary. So now we have overcome that. So let me now come to the phase, that current energy right now. Let us take it as a transition energy. Like from our perspective, it is 2020 to 2021 energy transition, how it is. So this energy transition, again, just a short footnote here, the energy transition is not happening because of calendar shifted from December to January. It is happening because of the planetary positions, okay? But we are looking at from the calendar point of view. So that's what I'm explaining that way. From 2020 to 2021, this transition period, energetically, the 2020, the energy was earth and water. Earth and water means earth is heavy and water, if it allow it to flow, it will go down. A tendency of water is to find the minimum level, where it is. So that's why the flow was, the energetic feeling was heavy and it was downside. And now the transition energy, whatever you are getting now, right now, and it will transit into this next year, that is fire and air. It is a massive shift in the energy. You will, all of you, we cannot miss it. You will feel that, this change in energy. So earlier, that whatever our guidance was, center yourself, like protect yourself. Now the energy shift is happening, and because of that energy shift, this full of January, and it will be a lot of turbulence. You can see, because when the change happens, when the flood comes, or a wildfire comes, there will be a lot of change happens very quickly. No? When it all settles, then new thing starts. But this changing period, particularly the month of January, will be lot of changes, lot of, the tussles and lot of things you can see in the practical outer world. And it will go a little bit into the month of February. February, it will be over, the main thing will be over, but it is like, you can say, post-operation recovery period. Pain has not gone, okay, you are recovering, but you are not fit enough to run. Okay, the surgery is over. So that kind of energy will be in the month of February. Okay. And after that, that new energy, what I'm saying, that will come. This energy will be like, let me give an analogy. Okay, you have seen or must have read for sure the cocoon. The caterpillar, and they form a cocoon. So humanity, last year or so, it was just like a cocoon. They're bound, not been able to move and all, but that process was necessary. This confinement, I'm not using word lockdown. Lockdown has a different connotation to people's mind. This kind of isolation or this confinement was necessary. Lockdown means externally somebody forced it on you, but it is not. It is a self-choice. It is a humanity-wise. It is a self-development process that we confine ourselves, and like a caterpillar. And this is the time. What will happen? The cocoon will be, it will be opened. At the end of that period, that cocoon, they breaks open the caterpillar. It will breaks open that cocoon and comes out as a butterfly. That process, that butterfly, now the cocoon breaking is going on. Okay, January, and which will be little bit going to maybe February. Then from the March onwards, there is an energy which is like a butterfly. That energy is, if we like to give a summarize into one or two words, it is like a creative energy. Different type of creative energy will come. Lot of creativity. People will find new ways, the new types of ways of living, new types of medicine, and new types of software tools, new type of delivery system, new type of transportation system, and all these things will come up very fast. More creative energy will come, and that is the time you need to align with your own creative energy. All of us, where human beings are creative. Just to remind you, the one, the source, the universal consciousness. Universal consciousness has only one job, that is to create. It is by nature. It is creating all the time. And we are the co-creator of our own reality. Means if we, collaborate with the universe or the source, or in other words, our soul consciousness collaborate with universal consciousness and make the reality to deliver. It manifests like that. So that time is coming, in the March onwards. Nobody else will come and do it for us, and we'll sit down and something will, no, it means we have to create our own reality. But it is, what I'm saying is, the energy is conducive for all your creative pursuits. You can create anything basically. You can create new art, or you can create a new business, or it's up to you what you like to create. Okay. So this is the type of energy which is coming, and it will remain the rest of the year from March onwards. So that is the kind of energy which is coming. Also, let me tell you overall. Now I have just given a transition energy. Now I'm giving overall energy, where it is going. Overall energy of the planet Earth has already shifted from masculine to feminine. Okay, that particular shift has happened in 2012, 21st of December, when the shift actually occurred. And then now it is going into that one. So masculine to feminine energy. So what is happening is, in this period of time, because people were conditioned with masculine type of energy. Masculine type is the money and power and political powers and all those kind of things. I'm not saying good and bad here. I'm just saying the nature of the energy. This period we have seen, that's why we've seen a lot of fighting, because that energy, new energy is coming. But old patterns are very hard to go. So people are fighting. Everywhere it is fighting. And fighting tooth and nail. It goes to another extreme. It will be extremely polarized. And that is the kind of thing, because they don't want to let go. Let go the power, let go this thing. So that's why we can see that the corruption and all, they're coming on the surface. All these kind of things are happening because they're fighting, but slowly this fighting will fail, because energy has automatically earlier already shifted to the feminine energy. So what will happen is that I have taken few notes. Let's see whether we are covering. Humanity will accept feminine energy shift rather than fighting it. That will happen now. More and more you will see that you will be accepting this reality. Earlier it was fighting. Now slowly what will happen? You realize that it cannot be fought. It is there. So more and more people will accept it. And this will be, it will be reflected in the different type of other areas of our lives. Like if any selection happens or election happens, ultimately people will choose who has a motherly nature. Taking care of thing. It will happen all over the world. That it is showing indication of overall the human psyche. That is the kind of thing will come. And slowly that the disturbances will subside. And I'm talking overall energy here. I'm not giving a particular election result of any country, by the way. Don't get into that. It is up to you. But I'm saying the overall trend, I'm not back calculating. I'm saying that this is the energy and it will reflect everywhere. They will select ultimately those things and it will come up, even though it doesn't appear that way right now. So these are the kind of, shift is coming, and old identities, whatever we are stuck into, that we have to let go, because those things are creating fear within us, and this fear will not allow our creative energy we just spoken to come out and reflect fully. I repeat here what I'm saying. I said too many things I have said in one sentence. What I'm saying is that if we stick to that old pattern, and things will not work, it will create fear. And if we generate fear I already talked last year, but again I'm saying, if we still hold on to that, fear will come, and that fear will interfere into the creative energy. What is coming will not be able to utilize that because of this fear. So now we have to give extremely aware and cautious about not to harbor any kind of fear. Otherwise, we'll not be able to get benefit of that. Okay, so we have to, now it is a time to let go and an overall realization of the humanity, what will happen, or right now many already have realized that human evolution does not depend upon information. It is good to have information technology as a tool, but human evolution cannot happen with information alone. In fact, more information create more confusion. Yeah, and you see that a lot of many people are bombarded with so many information, and some people say it is a WhatsApp university or whatever it is, jokingly they call it. So many of information, you get completely confused, you have lost track of the truth. So what to do? These are telling you, don't trust anyone, or don't trust any external agenda. You never know who is writing for what. Even if somebody is praising someone, nothing wrong in that. But you look, so why he is praising that, and right now what is the context? Or somebody is blaming someone, and he said, why he is blaming? What is the agenda? Yeah. So people are completely confused. Nothing can be taken per se. There is no authenticity here. These will force, if not already, people to go inside and rely on your own soul consciousness. Your soul knows everything. And that is why they are forcing into. In other words, the knowledge will be dropped, and knowingness come from within. You need not to read it anywhere. Your own knowingness, which is your soul's voice, you'll be able to communicate with the soul. So it is shifting from knowledge to knowingness. Your internal, whatever your internal intuitive voice, you'll be relying more on that rather than any of the external sources. Why? Because you will not trust. If some news channel is showing something, you don't know whether it's true or not. Okay, maybe you earlier you thought it is true and later on find out to be not true. And if you find out it is not true, then what was happening is you have to defend that whatever taken the position. So externally you have been given some view based on the input, and now you have to defend that. And even though that is not, you find it is not true. So this kind of defense mechanism will go. Okay, it will come from knowingness. You give your view, but not attaching your view with that. I mean, not attaching yourself with your view. It's independent. You don't need to defend anything or defend to anyone. It is your truth you expressed, that is complete by itself. That's it. At that moment, it is your truth. You are just sharing the truth. Right now, what I'm saying is, I'm sharing my truth. I'm not expecting any kind of approval from anyone on how many people are agreeing to it, disagreeing to it, and all. It doesn't matter. It's just sharing the truth. It is complete by itself. Truth ultimately liberates oneself. I'm sure you heard this earlier. And now, in another aspect of it is our earth structure the cellular structure of the earth, it is energetic, not the physical cell, or even our human body, because we are part of the earth, we are the part of Mother Earth. We are not living on Mother Earth, we are part of Mother Earth. Okay, we are the cells of the Mother Earth. Our cells are going from biological to crystalline. Just take it for information. What is that and all? No need to burst your brain into that. This crystalline is needed so that we hold more light of awareness. The divine is showering their grace and the light. Some people have already practiced, they can hold more light. That's all it is. If somebody is a spiritual master and guide, they are holding more light, which is coming. It's not their own. They can hold more light because they have already transmuted from this human to being. Okay, this human is a physical aspect and being is a spiritual aspect. So they have already happened from the human to being, and that's why they are able to hold more light. And that being, the structure of that being in crystalline in nature. Because crystalline structure needed to hold more light. Biological structure cannot hold that kind of light. I'm just giving explanation point of view. Just take it as information. No need to bust too much into it. Oh my goodness, if my hand become crystal, what will happen? Don't worry. It will not break off. Okay. Okay, it is just a structural element I'm saying, that crystalline structure. And in this part you listen carefully. In the crystalline structure, only truth can be held. So if somebody is fiddling with which is non-true, okay, falsifying or something like that, it will not hold good into the structure. It will just throw it off as impurity. And that is why you will see a lot of this kind of manipulation, wrongdoing, corruption will coming into the surface. Because this crystalline structure will not simply hold it. They are not fighting it. They are just releasing it. It will come to the surface and the truth will prevail. Okay, Satyameva Jayate. And that time is coming automatically. Nobody has to use their force of the government and the power and all these things to protect truth. Truth doesn't need any protection. Only thing, it can rise at the right time so that it just expresses itself, and that's it. And that time is coming. In fact, it will continue. More and more we get crystalline, more and more we have to deal with the truth. Not deal, sorry, live with the truth. Not to manage it. Because some time will come, you will not be able to manage it. It's unmanageable. Or because you cannot fight with water being in the water. You can swim little bit for float few बोलते ना हाथ पैर मार के थोड़ा सा float हो सकता है, but not, you cannot stay there for long by fighting this water. Okay, so that kind of energy is coming. So all this guidance, whatever received from Babaji and Mataji and all the masters, is to come in terms with this. Come with the truth. Earlier, Babaji has, raised the level. Kriya initiation, whatever you all receive. Kriya initiation, there are quite a few conditions. Finally, it has come down to just willingness to receive. Earlier, the qualification was, no, you have to be pure. You cannot kill anything, not even a small ant. Okay, you have to tell truth always. You have to be aligned with your, thinking, with thoughts, words, and actions. So slowly, over the period of time, other masters are begging, Babaji, it is too much to expect. You will get almost 0.00001%. So slowly it has come down. So now it is available. At least those are gone. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Nobody will get into that one. Okay, I mean, I'm talking lightly. It is all divine plan. It will happen anyway. But thing is, because why it was given, because that is coming. That kind of energy, that kind of world is coming. As I said, you cannot keep fighting and being in the water and fighting with the water. Okay, so that is the type of thing. Better we learn, better we accept this reality, and then it will be fine. So this is the type of thing is coming, and now I will go into what we can do in the personal level. In the personal level, so what will happen is our sensitivity will rise. Minor things will affect us. Affect means I'm not talking about the wrong way. I said our sensitivity will rise. And due to that, what will happen? Anything happening outside, we may dragged into that. We become so much, consumed with these things, injustices and things like that. What will happen? It will drain our own energy. So what I'm saying is, be careful. The sensitive people are getting sensitive. It will happen, but don't allow your energy to drain out into all these things. It will change. Change on its own. Okay, protect yourself, conserve the energy, use that energy for your own evolution rather than fighting, some battle outside. There will be huge battle going on. And last year, what I mentioned, it was the battle to end all battles. Or last one, the final one. So don't go into battle, into battle business. Just come in, use this creative energy what is coming. It will touch all parts of your life, including financial. A lot of financial opportunities will be coming. A lot of new businesses will start. A lot of new types of business will develop. Okay, so don't go into the old pattern, so many million job loss, what will happen to, don't bother, it will come. But in a new way, it will not be the same. Okay, so be alert and aware and take the opportunity from that one. And yeah, so create your reality using the collective creative energy. As I said already, there will be the creativity, the energy will be creative. So apply your own creativity and create your own reality. Take advantage of that. It will be very easy to create something new in that energy. So utilize that. Take it for your own advantage rather than fighting it. Pride in sticking to the old one, what system has gone, that kind of business pattern, that kind of thinking has gone, it will not survive. So let go. It's okay. Whatever happened, but start new. Another interesting thing is during this pandemic, okay, we all learned to communicate in a different way. You see, 1 year back, there is no way we will be sitting and doing this kind of video kind of meeting. We could have been planning some physical meeting somewhere or workshop or thing like that. But now it has happened that we all shifted the communication style. So what happened is, during this period, our communication has become from physical to virtual, isn't it? Mostly earlier it was meant for only official few purposes, and video call means it is a business meeting, nothing more than that. Or maybe one-to-one video call with some family member. Nothing more than that, but not like our regular, business or regular way of communication in the different way, whether it's a personal, official, or this kind of satsang or spiritual gathering or knowledge sharing, whatever it is, all become virtual. This has a message. This message is drop your communication at the physical level. Go in the higher level. You can communicate with your higher self, but that communication is virtual. Okay, not virtual, it is spiritual. Okay. So basically it is saying that drop this kind of mental conditioning that communication means only physical. Okay. So you have to meet somebody, communicate, or you have to talk something, the voice over phone or something. But these virtual things, we become now fully capable of managing all our businesses on virtual platform. So use this, the shifting of the pattern, repatterning for your own higher connection. Communication with your own higher self, the soul consciousness. We already learned it. Only thing you have to apply it as some other audience, which is our own higher self. Establish that communication, two-way. And last, I have some recommended practice, that what I'm recommending is that you maintain this communication. Take out some time. Let me explain how to do it. Just simple. Take out some time, close your eyes. Just bring the intention to communicate with your soul consciousness and try to minimize the thoughts. If you can go no thought zone, it's perfect. But if not, at least try to minimize, not to think about something, because that will not serve the purpose. Try to center yourself. Try to have low thought, no thought. If not no thought, at least some reduced thought. Then you talk to your higher self. Please guide me what I need to know today. What is your advice about something? Something is happening in your life. Or some idea came earlier, some maybe business idea, something. Ask your higher self, what is your guidance on this? Whatever comes after that, note down in your journal. You can maintain, you can say my higher self journal, or whatever you name you want to give, you give. Okay, my higher self. Messages from higher self, something, some diary. So just close your eyes one by one, take one at a time, and then just meditate for some time. Whatever comes into your mind, just note down. Okay, you can open your eyes and note down. So no need to, I will, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let me remember when I get up from the, meditation, don't bother. Okay. If you like to open your eyes, note down, and then bring the next intention. Okay, what is the next? Okay, just get it and note down. Okay. After that, you have noted down. So once in a week, you sit down and read them, if possible aloud, so that you can hear your voice. You need not to, read it for somebody. No need, you alone. Nobody else will see that also. Read it aloud. I can guarantee you, you will be amazed to hear what you have written. What messages have actually come from your soul consciousness. You will have a lot of doubt. Is it really my soul? Is it mine? Don't bother. ज़्यादा घास नहीं डालने का उसको. Okay. Don't bother. Whatever, I'm saying very simple. Whatever is coming, you're writing. Okay, you can write anything. If you say, okay, aaj pani puri khao jaake, so you write that pani puri khao. It's okay. If that comes, you write down. There will be a message into that, I'm sure. Okay. So just maintain your own journal. This is my recommendation for this year. Okay, you can start doing immediately. But as I said, January, February, implementation, don't expect too much. And be careful about the external energy so that you don't drag unnecessarily into something which will drain your own energy. Use it for your own evolution and growth. Come from knowledge to knowingness. External to internal. Extrovert to introvert. And use that energy for creative pursuits. Creating something new. Maybe same job you have done 10 times earlier in a certain way. Find a creative way to do it better. Those kind of solutions will come to you automatically. Okay, and if you involve that, my higher self journal, it will be wonderful. While reading it, you can read once in a week. Also, you can, after 1 month, also you can read, or you can highlight or do your own way. You say important, something highlight, something red marks, so that it gets highlighted. You will get lot of input from your own higher self. Use that for creative purposes. So that's all for regarding my New Year message, and I'm just sharing my understanding of that energy level. So now if you have any question, you can ask me. Yes, Monica?
Guruji, how will I, if no message comes, or if some message comes, how will differentiate it that it is not coming from my mind or from my higher self?
Don't bother. Okay, don't bother. If it doesn't come, it's okay. Okay, you go to the next question. Or ask again after some days. Okay, don't bother why it has not come and what happened, what's wrong with me. Don't bother. Monica, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a quick question. So if somebody else is trying to drag you down in their ill will and they try to create a complot to drag you down in their false created drama or whatever outside drama, but from within you're fine, you are calm, and so still in that situation you have to kind of defend yourself or just ignore and let them do what they want to do and just keep on doing what is right for you, and then truth will prevail and truth will come out and protect you in its own right time.
Okay, all the truth and everything, keep it aside. Okay, you just decide. My advice is still same. You decide, first of all, whether it's your direct responsibility or not. If it is not your direct responsibility, don't bother. Okay. If it is your direct responsibility, then you decide two things. One is right thing to do, and another what you will be able to maintain your peace of mind. Choose the path which gives you your peace of mind. You choose that, even if it is not right, or it is, it is not aligned with your duty, or you're supposed to be doing that, and it is, everybody does that. All those business, keep it one side, because if it gives you the peace of mind, choose that. But if doing right thing, you can also have peace of mind, go ahead. That's fine, because you are still maintaining your peace of mind. Okay, because this is I'm giving you a general answer because it doesn't depend on the external energy. People are like that all the time. Always there will be. I'm not saying, overnight all people will be saints. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying the governing energy. which will affect our lives in general, those have been shifted. Okay.
Thank you, Appiah.
Okay. Anybody else having any question?
Guruji, I have a question.
Yes, Chaitali.
You said January, February, in January the energy will change. So I want to ask, it will be more difficult for us, or or how we will see feel the change? It will be more difficult than 2020?
No, not more difficult, more chaos.
Okay.
More chaotic. But what I'm saying is, no matter what is happening, just don't get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't allow that, whatever is happening. Lot of drama will happen. Don't get into the drama. That's what I'm saying. Because this will go, this will phase out. It will not last for long. But don't make yourself get involved into this kind of drama. It will draw your own energy. So you will not have energy left to do your own thing, to make yourself ready for creative part what is coming. Okay, that's what my advice is.
Thank you.
Okay.
So Rajdeep, I have a question.
Yes,
So in transitioning consciously from being involved in these kind of drama to more of an observer mode, right?
correct.
Personal experiences, for example, even if I'm carefully and consciously following the observer mode, so even in some social media and all, I know I could have made a joke out of it or make a small, but first of all, I don't get into those, and I'm maintaining the controversial aspect aside, it will subside. But I'm saying my characteristic is changing because I am now not even getting into any kind of lighter comments, discussions and all. So some of my associates, friends reached out and saying, there's a change in a different way, right? So they're saying you're not commenting on this and all that. So is it something, these kind of behaviors will change, bring out a different change in us?
Yeah, see, mainly behavior will change because we will realize that old one is no longer working.
Yeah, that's...
Log kha nahi raha hai, basically. What will do? Okay, ultimately that will make the change. But what I'm saying is, it is because of energy. Why people are not bothered? Because most of them have already shifted. So
yeah, I'm also feeling like, kya farak padega? Even
correct.
If
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then you come to the realize that it is ultimately end of the day, it is your journey. It doesn't matter that somebody is throwing stone or somebody is clapping. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let them. Okay. It reflects about them, not to you. Okay. So that realization when it comes, so it doesn't matter. And ultimate we realize the truth that we are not, less than anybody else. We are not higher than anybody else. And we are not equal either.
Right, yeah.
We are all unique.
Yeah.
So we are walking our unique path. If it happened to meet somebody else's path, it is fine. If it is not, it's fine also. No way. It doesn't matter. Everybody walking to that mountain peak and will reach to the peak in their own way.
But the changes, and then maybe I think if others can comment on this, others are seeing some changes, but I cannot see my change. Right?
Don't bother. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to see the change. You have to be the change. Okay. You need not to see. Even if you don't realize, it's okay. Yeah. Many times, I'm just giving example. Many kind of spiritual thing. Even let's say chakra activation. Many people, they don't feel anything. it's okay. It
Right.
does not mean that it didn't happen.
Mm.
Okay, so just you have to, accept it and go ahead.
Sure.
So that it is fine. It is all about being. It is not about how you express itself. Okay.
Mm. Okay. Thank you.
Because you have something to ask.
Yeah, as you mentioned that January, February, there will be a shift in energy, fire and air.
Yeah.
So is it indicating that there will be more violence, there will be warlike things, killings and all that?
I don't want to go into the violence and killing part, but there will be upheaval. There will be civil unrest. And that's my assessment. It can also reflect in the natural way, like earthquakes and things like that. Because it expresses in a different way. It can also reflect as a cyber attack kind of thing. Disruptive energy. Okay, how it will manifest, I don't know. And that is why the pandemic particular part or the thing, it has not predicted by anyone because nobody was expecting. They can see the disruption and it will be challenge and the fear and all this, but exact how it will play out, that actually nobody knows. Okay, but I'm saying that energetically this is happening. It can reflect in a different way. But mostly it is likely to have more unrest, more, say, civil unrest, political unrest, and things like that.
Thank you.
Okay, God bless you. All right, so.
Another clarification, right? Rajdeep, when you
Yes,
say
sir.
that the energy shifting from masculine to feminine, you don't mean that it will be a female person, right? We all have feminine and masculine characteristics and behavior. You don't
Yes.
mean that the person in general, like all the females or somebody from a female leader will emerge. It may be that's a male leader who exhibits feminine characteristics, right?
That's correct. All of us, we have two parts of energy. Means we are actually energetically, we are Ardhanarishwar.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, half Shiva, half Parvati, it was, shown like that. Even though Hara Parvati is not, learnt like that, it's just showing us a symbolic energy. There's a divine feminine and divine masculine energy. So somebody with that will come up who are having feminine qualities like nurturing, taking care, sympathetic, this kind of thing, motherly nature. Okay. Rather than fighting and killing and get rid of things, those are masculine energy.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Fine. So if there is no other question, then we'll go into our Kriya and meditation.
I would like to say something, RPF.
Yes, Sonika, go ahead.
This is related to Saibal's first question, which he said, as he's changing. And I agree to him. Even I think, rather I feel that I am also changing. And not just in one aspect, I can feel that, I'm changing physically, mentally, psychologically, and probably spiritually also. Because now I am, even Ram is with his father and I'm living alone. So I have a lot of time to actually see what I am doing, what I'm thinking, and my entire day. So it is very easy for me now to watch myself because I'm almost, got rid of most of the mundane things, which we all do. So like I'm hardly there in the kitchen for half an hour for cooking for the entire day. So my entire time is now productive and I can, or you can say I am more aware of that. So probably Saibal is not having so much of time like me because he's busy with a lot of other things. So he said that others can feel. In my case, nobody is, immediate in my surroundings, so nobody is pointing that out. But I am feeling that myself, that lot of changes probably on everyday basis is happening, and of course, which I can't comprehend and I cannot explain it in words. What all? But yes, I can feel, but in a good way, I'm feeling.
Yeah,
So
that's great. In now you immediately start maintaining that journal what I spoken about. Okay. Okay. Keep some time, say 10-15 minutes time to contemplate and note down. Okay. Because a lot of points may be coming. Your higher self may be giving a lot of hints. You will be miss out, which will help you to go to decide the next course of action in your life, or your next project, or next year what you're going to do, things like that. Okay, so take this as you have the time, do more on that. There is no limit. If you want to do 1 hour, it's okay, it's up to you. Maintain the journal and keep note and read it time to time to see what have come. Yeah, no need to keep it in the memory. Okay, so just do that. It will be helpful.
I'm not very clear with that journal. What exactly have to do in that?
Okay, what you have to do, you have to take a diary, with a date. Okay, buy a diary with a date and you sit down with a pen and the diary, open that date page and then start meditating. Okay, first you control your thoughts, then you ask your soul, your higher self, or at least you bring it to your intention. If first you start with, please let me know what I need to know today. What is your message for me today? And whatever comes, you note down. That will be your first question. And then next question, you ask if anything going on in your life, you want some clarity. Okay, suppose you are making a travel plan. So one to Rajasthan, another to maybe Kanyakumari. So you say, which one will be good for us? Then don't continue thinking. Then keep quiet. Some thought will come. That thought is the answer. You note down what the next thought came in your mind. Okay, like that. If you have more question, continue this.
And what if I don't have any question?
No, then you ask what is you let. That is the first question. If you have any message, let me know. If the message having more than one, you note down. Maybe 10 points possible. Note down all the 10 points, whatever is coming one by one.
And then can I discuss those points with you, or I'll just read it aloud for myself?
No need. It is your personal exercise. But if something is stuck, then you can ask me. But otherwise, there is no need, I'm saying. It's not part of the process. Okay, process is the self-development. But if some issue came up, you need advice, you're welcome.
And what if I don't hear anything, or probably I won't get any answer then?
No, then that's you okay. Leave it there. Next day, yeah. You leave it there. It is possible. That's fine. So nothing came. It's okay. But next day you ask the same thing. So
every day
there is no guarantee that something will.
Okay. Yeah. So every day I can practice. What is for me to do today.
Not to me. Any message for you today. It may not be doing. It's just a message, maybe.
Okay.
Okay. So some message may come. Take care of your back pain or something like that, maybe. So you go and consult a doctor. Okay, it can be as simple as that. It need not to be decorated, hi-fi spiritual thing. It's not necessarily. Okay. So some message, you take note of that. Whatever comes, because these are having. I'm saying more. Depending on external knowledge to go into knowingness. That is the practice about that. There's no right and wrong. They don't have to. There's no minimum, maximum. Okay, there should be minimum 3 points. No. I mean, anything. Okay. There is no hard and fast rule here. But what I am saying is start this practice. Then you will know. You will know how to do, and end of it and say thank you very much, express gratitude.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And yes, Monica?
So RPA, do we need to set aside a separate time for this, or usually we do Kriya and meditation in the morning or in the evening, or some of us might be doing just once a day. So can we do this practice during our regular session of Kriya and meditation, or you suggest that should be separate, that you should sit separately just for writing journal?
No, you can do during meditation also. That's fine. Okay, but what I'm saying is this process include it into your practice. I mean, it is not necessary you have to do Kriya before, but you can put it, if you do Kriya and meditation, then in the beginning part of the meditation you do this and then go into meditation.
All right. Thank you, RPA.
All right.